Bonjour. I'd like to begin by showing you the new vocabulary for sports. The first page of sports that you see features sports that you play with a puck or a ball. That's a very important detail because when you start using verbs to talk about playing sports, of course you can always go back to your good old-fashioned pratiquer from the ER verbs, pratiquer un sport. But when you want to start talking about playing sports, you're going to use jouer as your verb for these sports that involve teams passing a ball back and forth or trying to get the ball from each other or using even a golf ball. These are the sports that you will speak of with jouer. But let's learn the names of the sports first.
Le volleyball.
Ah, le volleyball. Voilà.
Le basketball.
Le basket. Le basket.
Le basketball. Le basket. Le volleyball. Le tennis.
Le tennis. Notice you pronounce the S at the end.
Le golf.
Le golf. Voilà. Le golf.
Le hockey.
Le hockey. Voilà. Le hockey.
Le rugby.
Le rugby.
Le football américain.
Oui. Ça, c'est le football américain. Ça, c'est le football.
Le football. Le foot.
Oui, on dit aussi le foot. Le foot. So notice all of these are very Anglo-Saxon sounding. French are very influenced by British and American sports. So, as these are foreign words that have been imported into the French language, they are naturally all masculine. Le baseball. And you may want to just kind of practice le baseball, le football, le golf, le volley. Now that we know how to talk about them, it's time to start looking at how to talk about playing. So the second activity should involve just practicing saying jouer plus a plus le sport. But wait a minute. Attention. A plus le, ce n'est pas possible. When you have a and then le, that preposition and its definite article are contracted to form o. So you would say jouer au basket. Jouer au foot. Jouer au golf. So imagine you want to conjugate. Alan plays golf. In English, Alan plays golf. In French, Alain joue au golf. PJ plays basketball. In French, PJ joue au basket ou au basketball. Now, there are some other sports that you're going to be seeing that don't involve balls, and those sports, oops, I don't want to see that again. Those sports or leisure activities as well involve using the verb faire. You'll see that both in Chapter 2, Vocabulary 2, and Chapter 2, Vocabulary 3. So how do we conjugate faire? I believe it's this one. You start with je fais. That's je fais, tu fais, Fait for tu is exactly the same as je. Il fait, elle fait has a T. Nous faisons, vous faites, and then the plurals, ils font. Faire is a very rich verb and possibility. It translates in English into make or do, based on the context. Where we would say, I'm going to make a cake, the French cook would say, je vais faire un gâteau, or je fais un gâteau. And if we're going to say, he does sports, the French are going to say, il fait du sport. Or he does nothing with his time, il ne fait rien de son temps. Or he does his homework, il fait ses devoirs. So here, let's just look at the common uses of faire together. Le soir, Marie-Claire, so that's third person singular, fait ses devoirs. Mes frères et moi, nous faisons du sport. So this would translate, my brothers and I play sports. We don't really say, well, I guess sometimes we say he does sports. So my brothers and I do sports. But in this sense, I wouldn't translate it, we do sports. I would say we play sports on the weekends. We use play much more often in English. Donc, mes frères et moi, nous faisons du sport le weekend. I would even almost translate that we work out on the weekends. Mon père fait souvent la cuisine. So my dad often cooks. We more often just talk about he cooks. He likes to cook. He often cooks. In French, you have this faire la cuisine, so to make meals, to cook meals. Vous blanc de la gym chaque jour. Vous faites de la gym chaque jour. So this means that you work out every day. Gym is short for gymnastique. Interestingly, we talk about going to the gym. Now, the gym in French is masculine. It's le gymnase. And you never shorten it. You always say, il va au gymnase. But once he's there, you can say, il fait de la gym, and you can make your little abbreviation for gymnastique. Vous faites de la gym chaque jour. N'est-ce pas? So you go to the gym. I would almost translate it. You go to the gym. That's our short way of talking about people going. And in this case, gymnastique is not like girls or boys gymnastics. It's like exercising your body with repetitions and moving your body around. So, working out. Tu blanques une quiche ce soir. Oh, you're making a quiche. Again, people say often faire la cuisine, and when they're making like dinner or they're making a cake or a quiche, they're also saying faire. So faire is very, it's an element of talking about making food. Je blanque rarement du golf. Now, I talked to you before about how jouer au golf, but sometimes some sports have a faire possibility when you're talking about kind of doing golf individually. Donc, je fais rarement du golf. Or, je joue rarement au golf. Maman et tante Aurélie font beaucoup de bruit ensemble. Here, it's translated, make a lot of noise together. Et Monsieur Martin, il ne fait rien. This means not only he doesn't do it, he doesn't do anything. With rien, doesn't do it, or doesn't make it. Now is translated, il ne fait rien. Now, you may have noticed sometimes with faire, when I'm talking about making sport, well, I'm joking. That doesn't sound correct in English, does it? Because it's how French people make mistakes in English. A French person will often say, he makes sport. Well, he does sports or he plays sports. But when you have that faire, you're going to use de and then the sport. But a lot of sports are masculine. Again, we have this rule of contraction with the masculine as well as the plural. Du. Faire du sport. But if it's feminine, faire de la gymnastique, ou faire de la gym. faire des gâteaux. That's the contraction of de plus les or gâteaux. Let's look at how we can practice. Some of the first activities I have allow you just to practice without thinking about these contractions that I've pointed to. Just practice differentiating between jouer and faire. Les enfants, and you don't even have to worry about conjugating, oh la la, because they've put the jouer and faire in the position of being the second verb. The second verb always in the infinitive. Les étudiants aiment faire de la natation. Les étudiants aiment jouer au tennis. Les étudiants aiment faire du cheval. Les étudiants aiment faire du jogging. Les étudiants aiment jouer au football. Les étudiants aiment faire du yoga. Les étudiants aiment faire de la marche. Les étudiants aiment faire du vélo. Et vous, qu'est-ce que vous aimez faire? Moi, j'aime faire du jogging et j'aime jouer au racquetball. This is, I think, a French person may not know that. Au squash. Claire Gagné aime rêver. Or aime faire de la marche. You can go back and use your book's hyperlinks or audio links in the ebook to practice some of these other expressions that come up, like faire de la natation, is to swim. Faire du cheval is to go horseback riding. Faire du jogging, obviously you can get that, is jogging, to go jogging. In English we would say to go jogging, in French, faire. I've been talking about approximate translations just to give you a sense that where in English you would say play sports more often, or go jogging, in French you're using jouer and faire. So these are very important verbs to learn. And then the rule of contractions with jouer à un sport. Oftentimes you're saying really le sport. Je joue au tennis, je joue au basket. Most sports are masculine. I can't even think of a sport that's feminine with jouer. So just always learn jouer au. And then faire, de la, de L apostrophe, if it begins with a vowel, du for masculin, or des for plural. And these are for sports that don't have balls involved in them. They're more about practicing, training, working to race or to beat times. Vos préférences. Here, you're learning these new vocabulary words, but you're also learning to recognize the importance of the contractions. Du. So when I see du, something masculine is coming after it. De la, feminine. De L apostrophe, there's a vowel. So here, du, I can't choose la planche à voile, which is windsurfing. I have to say du ski nautique. I like to water ski is the translation. But in the French, we'll say j'aime faire du ski nautique ou je fais du ski nautique. J'aime faire de la... Well, I can't say jogging because jogging is le jogging. J'aime faire de la marche. J'aime faire de l'aérobic. I can't say gym because it's de la gymnastique, de la gym. So j'aime faire de l'aérobic. J'aime faire de la marche. Oui. If it was yoga, it would be du yoga. J'aime faire, I can't say plat plongée sous-marine, I have to say du surf. Faux. Je ne fais pas de surf. J'aime regarder les gens faire du surf. J'aime faire, I would love to say bowling, but that would be de la natation. Et vous? Mes amis et moi, nous aimons faire du yoga ensemble. Ma camarade de chambre, mon camarade de chambre aime faire du surf. Now this is a great activity to fill in. I'm not emphasizing adverbs, but hey, they're very easy to put in. Tous les jours, régulièrement, de temps en temps. Tous les jours tells you that you do something, some verb, all the time, or in more specifically here, instead of toujours, every day, tous les jours. Régulièrement is regularly, not every day, but regularly, and de temps en temps is from time to time, sporadically. Occasionally, they translate it here. Est-ce que tu aimes faire du jogging? J'aime faire du jogging tous les jours. Mais ce n'est pas possible tous les jours. Donc, pour être honnête, j'aime faire du jogging régulièrement. Est-ce que tu aimes faire de l'aérobic? Oui, j'aime faire de l'aérobic régulièrement. Tu aimes faire de la marche? Oui, régulièrement. Tu aimes faire de la gym? Oui, mais hélas, je n'ai pas le temps, donc je dois avouer que je fais de la gym de temps en temps. Est-ce que tu aimes faire du vélo? Non, pas vraiment. They don't give us a no. I would say rarement. Je fais rarement du vélo. Est-ce que tu aimes faire de la natation? Oui, j'aime faire de la natation, mais encore une fois, je n'ai pas le temps. Donc, je fais de la natation de temps en temps. So, you tally up your scores with 1, 2, or 3. Donc, 1, 1, 1. Donc, ça fait 3, 5, 7, 9. Ah, quand même! Je suis ici. 9. Bravo! Vous êtes, now since I'm a girl, I'd say sportive. Vous êtes sportive. C'est très bien et très important pour la prévention des problèmes de santé et pour rester en forme. Continuez. If I had gotten that any higher, I might have been warned. Oui, vous êtes sportive, mais en général, c'est bien d'être sportive, mais attention, vous risquez de vous blesser. So I may make a recording where I just read out loud. Je suis sportive et c'est important parce que je reste en forme et j'évite les problèmes de santé. Okay, so some of these activities help you just to work on faire and then put in another element to enlarge your palette. Now think about using vocabulary from the weather to talk about, or rather the seasons here. En été, Pierre fait de la marche. En été, elle fait du ski nautique. En hiver, so that will prompt me to use tu fais du ski alpin, etc., etc. En hiver, tu fais de la gym. En été, je fais du ski de fond. Ah non, ça, je fais du ski nautique en été. En hiver, je fais du ski de fond. En été, non, c'est pas je, parce que F-A-I-T, Marc fait de la plongée sous-marine. Now, this you would do with classmates. Which classmates are most likely to do the following activities? So you may know some people from the discussion board, like Pierre, or Pierre et Jim, Jacques et Jeanne, Loïc, or Louis, or Louisette, Hugues, et Jean-Marc font du ski nautique. I used proper pronouns, totally fictive, based on whether it was singular, il ou elle fait, or plural, font. And again, these are great opportunities to learn new expressions as you repeat them, and take out a pen and paper and write down your own variations. If you like to go bike riding, then say je fais du vélo with the correct conjugation. Je fais, F-A-I-S. Ma famille et moi faisons de la marche. Les enfants Pierre et Jim font de la marche, alors que moi et mon mari faisons du vélo. You may, again, try to expand your palette. Now, this is another aspect of the lesson. Finally, asking questions using the inversion technique. Do you see what's happening? All of these questions are using either a third person singular or a third person plural. And the question is formed through inversion of the syntax. So instead of saying in a simpler way of asking question, est-ce que Barack Obama parle français? Does he speak French? I say, Barack Obama parle-t-il français? I say parle, and then I put il after parle. That turns it into a question. But I can't say parle-il, because that doesn't sound right to a French ear. The French ear wants to have a T. Parle-t-il français? Now, I talked about inversion. Inversion is easier to see if it's in the second person. Like if I'm saying, I'll show you here on my screen, tu parles anglais. I could invert that very straightforward in the second person. Parle, and I put in a hyphen, tu anglais. Now, in the third person, though, il parle anglais, or elle parle anglais. I have to say this. Parle, I put in my T, parle-t-il ou parle-t-elle anglais? But what if it is this proper, like Barack Obama, parle anglais? I can't say parle Barack Obama. I can't. But if I want to make sure that it's specifically referring to him as the antecedent, and I don't want any confusion about who il is, I may add in Barack Obama, but then I'm still inverting parle-t-il. Because I can't say parle Barack Obama anglais. And if I say parle-t-il anglais, it's correct, but it may be confusing. So I have to put in Barack Obama, parle-t-il anglais? Now, the only time you need to put in this T with the third person singular is with ER verbs. The verb être, no, not the verb être, the verb avoir, and the verb aller. The verb être, you don't have to, because look at this. Il est français. If I'm inverting it, I'll say est-il français? Oh, there's a T already there. All I have to do is pronounce it. It's the same thing with Barack Obama et Michelle Obama. Now I say parle-t-il. All I have to do is pronounce the T in parle, and I have the inverted question. Parle-t-il anglais. So this shows you some correct usages. Barack Obama parle-t-il français? Justine Hénin joue-t-elle au tennis? You may not even know who that is anymore, but who cares? What you do see is an ER verb, joue-t-elle. Les Français mangent-ils? Les Américains sont-ils fans de rugby? Martha Stewart aime-t-elle la cuisine française? Baryshnikov fait-il du ballet? So sometimes the T is already there and I just pronounce it. Sometimes it's not for the third person singular and I have to put it in. Joël et Emerald Legacy cuisinent-ils bien? I just have to pronounce what's usually silent. Faudel chante-t-il en français? I had to add in the T there. Le Cirque du Soleil est-il américain? And I can tell you that non, c'est canadien. Okay, there are some more exercises that help walk you through these new expressions. There's even a little extra one where you get to use avec, mais, pour to kind of, again, expand your palette. J'ai un livre pour toi. I have a book for you. Nous mangeons avec le professeur, with the professor. Je parle français, mais je ne parle pas italien. Je joue au tennis avec Marc. So I speak French, but I don't speak Italian. I play tennis with Mark. Okay. Let's just go back to this fun. Les questions. And you can practice putting things in the right order. Like, right, je parle tel japonais. So just play with these. Do it yourself. Play with these to form a sentence. Some of them may take you some time. Once you've achieved your sentences, you should copy them out. Sont-ils des amis d'Amélie? Oops, wrong way. I would start. This one's tricky because it comes from the sentence Il y a un concert ce soir. Il y a un concert ce soir. With il y a in the inversion, why is the il going this way? Hello? Okay. I'm going to say I a-t-il un concert ce soir? Il y a. Oh, we love il y a. Il y a is that fixed expression for there is or there are. Il y a. In the inversion, like if you say il y a une chaise, there is a chair, you would just put I first, a, put in the T, because it's the avoir. Y a-t-il une chaise? Just remember, I a-t-il is how you ask in an inverted way, is there? And I'd like to remind you that we've been talking like this since the first day of class. Comment allez-vous? Comment vous appelez-vous? Comment vas-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? Those are all inversions. If you were going to say, is he going to the concert? Remember, in the third person, il va au concert. You would have to put in the T though. Va-t-il au concert? Voilà. I think I'm going to finish my remarks. I'm not going to go any further. I've given you enough to take in. You can continue to practice the different vocabulary with faire, which goes even further on into lire. I'm not going to emphasize it just yet. In vocabulary 3, And you can also watch this tutorial and practice. I also, Integrity, have posted some Integrities from former semesters where I break down the lessons that come up in chapter 2, the aller, the verb aller, the verb faire, and the expressions jouer as opposed to faire du sport. So take your time and unpack the different Integrities that align themselves to the book, or continue to go over these practice activities. To have a little fun, you may go to l'équipe.fr to look at French sports in real time. Oh, of course, it's a big time for football, big moment for football, but there's also a lot of tennis news right now. And, you know, it's fun to look at live websites, rugby, basket, cyclisme. This corresponds to faire du vélo, jouer au golf. This is F1, Formule 1. That's very popular. Formule 1. Ah, c'est faire. Je fais un putain de boulot. I would say faire de la course automobile for these guys. We also have motocross, faire la moto. Voilà, bref. Have fun exploring. Make it real. Play with the different expressions that you see. Ok, bon courage!